Okay, this is newborn Carter's, and I'm just gonna say it's just like how newborns fit on a real newborn baby. They're always a little big, which this hat, I mean, yeah, it's got space, but it fits just fine. The neck in this fits her good. She does have a bit of a thick neck. Um, lengthwise, you can see there's all this. Again, that's just like they fit on a newborn baby, and she doesn't have a diaper still. This one little leg's bent up, so, there's her little, there's her little bent up leg and foot in that piece. But lengthwise, with this leg that's straightened out, I mean, there's the shoulder seam, and her foot's in there. So, I mean, this fits probably good. I don't honestly know. I'll look, and if I find a preemie size, I'll show it to you, see if it works. But I'm thinking, I know on other 18-inch dolls, which is what she is, that's generally the thing. Preemies are a lot of times just a little bit too small, and newborns just a little bit too big. But there again, this is the epitome of a newborn sculpt. You can't get any more newborn than this, honestly. And these clothes fit just like, I mean, I remember the newborn clothes just sagged and hung on my babies, when they were born. So, yeah, I mean, this fits her as a newborn just right. And there again, when you get a diaper in there, there's not going to be as much sag. But, yeah, I'd probably, there again, I always say buy, if you can keep receipts until you get her, possibly take stuff back if you need to. Another thing I do want to tell you, and this goes back to vinyl reborns. I don't know if you have other dolls or have dealt with this. I try to play safe with my dolls because they're an investment, and of course I want them to stay nice. I don't want anything to happen to them. This is several years back. This was before silicone dolls even hit the market, but people were buying baby clothes in dark colors like navy blue and black and crimson. And I don't know if they were washing them first or not, but I do know there were several vinyl reborns that were discolored. The clothes bled, somehow faded into the vinyl. It wouldn't come out. I saw people's dolls get ruined from that. So way back then, I started doing this in 2007. I said, okay, I'm not putting anything like that on any of my dolls ever. I stay away from dark dyed baby clothes. I always keep that white onesie underneath their outfits because I am a safety freak. Plenty of people don't do that. I have not seen a problem or an issue like that in years, and it was probably just with vinyl. I don't have a clue. I'm just telling you the things I've seen being in this industry and making these dolls for all of these years. You only want to use silicone pacifiers in her mouth. Silicone does react, or it can react with plastic, vinyl. It's silicone is silicone. It is what it is. It is very durable. It's very tough, no matter what people say. These dolls are really tough if they're good quality, which she is top of the line. But I only will put a full silicone pacifier in a silicone baby's mouth. I don't buy the kind that has the plastic part that goes up against their face. Stay away from those just to be safe. There's no reason in taking that kind of chance. The same thing with bottles. Don't buy latex nipples. Buy silicone nipples if you're going to use a bottle. Her hands aren't really an issue because she really only has these two loose fingers. And again, these dolls are super tough. These people that have fingers and stuff like that coming off their silicone babies, either they're poured in tin silicone, which is much, it's brittle. It'll fall apart. It'll actually degrade over years. Just, you might want to keep that in mind if you ever decide to buy another baby. You always want to stay with like the eco silicones, which this baby is. That's something that was used years ago, and I don't think anybody even pours with tin silicone except for Ashton Drake. I know they do. But a lot of people, when they're changing these babies, and it would help, with painting, again, just going back to taking care of them. A lot of people put the newborn gloves, the little mitts, the little newborn baby, anti-scratch, so they don't scratch their face. They'll put the little mitts on their hands before they start pushing their hands through sleeves and stuff. Personally, I just grab their fingers and hold them down like that, and I bunch the sleeve up just like you would pantyhose back in the day, you know, and put their little hand at the end of it and then pull the sleeve up. And it's common sense. It's the same way I dressed my babies. If you handle this baby just like you would handle a real baby, she will last you the rest of your life, and you'll be leaving her in a will to somebody else. So again, I would not use anything chemical as far as baby powders. Listen, you want to go on the D3 Creations website or Facebook page, and I would even send her a message. They make a matte powder that is fantabulous for these babies, but now I know it's used on babies that are painted. You might want to ask her if it can be used on an unpainted baby, because you don't want to just put any old baby powder on her, because believe it or not, ching, people put them on real babies. Most of your Johnson & Johnson baby powders and whatnot have talc and different perfumes and things in them. You just don't want to put that. Now, straight up cornstarch baby powder is fine for silicone. So that's what I've always used. I just go find me some straight cornstarch baby powder. Read the ingredients. You don't want anything else. You don't want any lavender scent. None of that stuff. A baby wash to wash her with is fine. Just again, make sure you rinse it all off. You just don't want to leave. I mean, silicone is a chemical compound, and I always think, you never know, over time what could happen. These dolls are, you know, they're made to be collectible items. They're not necessarily, you really shouldn't wash them all the time, just because, just like any other thing, stuff breaks, you know, can, over time, you keep washing your clothes and what happens? I mean, you know, so just keep that in mind. And if you wash her off with just, you know, I use Q-tips. If they get little dust out of the corners of their eyes, you know, and things, don't ever use alcohol or anything like that on your dolls. Just water. And water's a miracle wash. It works on everything. Just, you know, be gentle and love her like she's a real baby, and she'll last you forever. I'm going to cut this off because it's getting kind of long.